everybody, it's your girl Cece and I am back today with a gem. If you don't already have your paper, your pencil, you better go and get it, sis, because you're about to have to take a lot of notes. If you want to learn how I make anywhere between $6,000 and $9,000 a month off of just brand ambassadors alone, and I don't use a lot of them, I just know the sauce, I know the tea, I know the tricks, then stay tuned and keep watching this video from beginning to end. If you have an online business or you want to start an online business, subscribe and make sure you turn on the notification bell, because a lot of my videos slip right past you guys and you guys don't see them, and I'll be dropping gems in between. So make sure you hit the bell. The first thing you're going to want to make sure you have is a good application to run your brand ambassador program. I personally use GoAF Pro affiliate marketing on Shopify. I personally really like this app. I've used a couple other apps. No, they're not sponsoring this video. I'm just giving y'all tea. I also offer a service for hooking this entire platform up for you, setting it up, setting up your pitch, setting up the back end for you, the accounts, the terms, the commission, all that kind of stuff. I have a service where I will do that whole thing for you. It'll be linked below if you're interested. Make sure you are running a application that will show you all the back end analytics. It will send you emails anytime you get an affiliate order, if you get an affiliate sign up. It makes it super easy for people to be able to sign up for your program, and that's also another part of the service that I do. I integrate that on your website so that people can directly apply for the affiliate program through your website as well, and it'll give them the details, the contract, and all that kind of stuff, which we write for you if you want us to do it. And I personally like it a lot. It tracks all the sales that you've gotten through your affiliates. It tracks their commission. It tracks how much you owe them, how much they've made you, all that good stuff. So I personally recommend them. The most important thing in picking brand ambassadors is picking your brand ambassadors. And it might sound simple. It might sound like something that's like, duh, common sense, oh, that's easy. It's not. It's really not. A lot of people try to go for like the Jada Waiters, you know, the Aries and stuff like that for their business. And honest to God, that's not the smart way to pick brand ambassadors. You don't want to get caught up in picking people just because they have a large following or just because they're really cute or they're a model. You have to look a lot deeper into it. So for example, for me, when I find brand ambassadors for my clothes, what I do is I look for brand ambassadors that thrive on a platform that I don't already primarily use myself to target customers. So for example, the main platforms that I use for my customers is Facebook and Instagram. I'm not big on TikTok, so all of my brand ambassadors are big on TikTok. That way I have that separate, everything is kind of separated, you know what I mean? So that way I know, and like, if you know on Shopify, it'll show you like where all your sales are coming from for the month or for the year. And it'll tell you like, oh, this platform brought you this many visitors, or this platform brought you this many sales and stuff like that. That way I kind of know and can track like, oh, wow, my affiliates are the reason why I made so and so and so and so this month, or Instagram is the reason why blah, 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 and so on. That's just as far as what platform I target. So I target TikTokers. So in my approach of targeting TikTokers, I typically look for girls that, and I'm not telling you this to replicate it. I'm telling it to you so you can kind of get a basis on how you target girls. So I usually look for girls that have around 80 to 500,000 followers on TikTok, which is not hard to get. But even though it's not hard to get, it is a decent amount where I know that they'll get some exposure. But I don't stop there, because there are plenty of girls that have that many followers, but they don't have a lot of views. So I look at their most recent, like maybe 12 videos, and I try to see how many views they have. And I target girls preferably that have like over 500,000 views on each video. So not just like they have a hit here and then like the next 4 are like 20,000, 10,000, 30,000. You know what I mean? I don't really too much target those girls unless there's a different factor in there that would make sense for me to target that girl. So, because the whole thing is about exposure. So with your brand ambassadors, they may not immediately like convert all the time into sales, but they do convert into a lot of traffic. Traffic can eventually turn into sales if you know how to make it do that. But they're still going to be making sales for you. But another huge thing about girls with a lot of followers is that a lot of these girls' followers are mainly men. You know why that's not helpful? Because most of us are not selling to motherfucking men. So they're just kind of like a waste of space. So I look through girls' followers, even on Instagram as well, because I do also look on Instagram because usually they post on both. I look through all of their comments and I see who's posting. Is it only males? Is it only women? Is it a mix of both? I can do a mix of both, but I do want more women than anything. So I try to look for women that have more of a presence around other women. Other girls like look up to them, or they think that the girl's pretty or she dresses nice or something like that. That's the kind of like vibe that I get from my ambassadors that I pay anyway. If you just have a bunch of guys following you and guys commenting on your stuff, then you're not going to be putting my products in front of any potential customers. You're just putting them in front of dudes. So that is also very, very, very important. You can get a lot more quality because you want quality exposure. You don't just want exposure. You need quality exposure. Quality exposure is finding a brand ambassador that already has the attention of your possible target audience, if that makes sense. So super, super important is how you pick your ambassadors. The third thing, so you can pick them all you want, but if you haven't pitched a good offer to them and you haven't grabbed their attention in your offer, then they're not going to work with you. So the third thing is going to be pitching your offer. So when I pitch my offer, I introduce myself, first name. I don't put my last name, just to make it a little bit more personable, to make them kind of comfortable, while also remaining professional. I give them a very, very, very brief rundown of my business because I usually send it to them via Instagram messages. And I just kind of explain, I'm a fashion and shapewear company. My current models make anywhere between this and this. That's very important because that, is going to attract their attention. So the thing is, these girls are working for you. These girls, you want to think of them as if they're employees. They're not just people that are getting free stuff from you. So don't get caught up in that mindset of, well, I'm sending them free stuff, so they should want to work their ass off for me. No, that's not how that works. You have to give people an offer that attracts them so that they work hard for you. They're not going to work hard for you just because you're sending them free clothes. It's not that serious. I mean, I don't doubt that your clothes are cute. Clothes alone are not enough for somebody to go out of their way to make content for you, to constantly post videos in your stuff, to grind for you. So this would be a very lucrative opportunity for you. Every month we will send you packages of free clothing depending on how your performance is. So don't just be sending free stuff to girls all the time and they're not bringing any kind of results in for you, because sometimes they won't. You can do the best you can at picking, but it still might not work. So I suggest like the first month, I always send out one free outfit or one free accessory, whatever, to the girl, whatever I want her to model. And we go from there. So I see off of what happened off of that one thing, how they perform. I see how much content they put out. I see how long it takes them to make the damn content. If a girl takes a whole month to post in my stuff that I sent her a month ago, I'm not going to send her nothing the next month. I'm just not, because I don't need that. I need people that are on it. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that makes me like, okay. And I see how much interest they got from their customers, how creative they were when they made the content, stuff like that. Because I give them the whole control on how they put out the content. I just tell them I need at least 2 TikTok videos, or I need at least a TikTok video and an Instagram post, stuff like that. And then going forward, if they do good for you, then of course, that's when you start to send them more stuff once a month. I send my girls stuff once a month. My really good ambassadors that I know are going to bring me a lot of sales and a lot of traffic, I send them sometimes 2, 3, 4 outfits and they're going to promote it right, then why not? Because when you think about it, wholesale wise, okay, a dress might have costed me $9. I just sent a dress to a girl for $9 and it brought me in 50 sales. There's nothing to be cheap about. Send a damn outfit. You see what I'm saying? Fourth thing is going to be how to keep your ambassadors interested and working hard for you. So you already have a really good offer set up, right? Super good. Also, of course, within your offer, you do want to make sure you mention how much they're going to get paid for it. So I give my brand ambassadors 10% commission off of all orders that they bring in. The cool thing about the GoAv Pro app is that they give the girls their own custom code. They can change it if they want. They get a custom link to the website. So anytime they share their specific link to your website, it automatically knows that it's coming from that girl, and it'll link the sale to her account, whether the customer uses her code or not. So that's super cool. They also have like a QR code. They have all different types of stuff. They have their own dashboard where they can log in themselves and track their sales, track their sales and track everything that they need to look at. It also allows me to send emails just to my affiliates for promotions for them and stuff like that. So that's really cool too. So how I keep them. So every other month I run a promotion, and it'll be different every month. So last month it was for every 10 orders you bring in, you get a $50 bonus. So of course on the back end, I calculate what difference that's going to make for me, how much money I'm going to be coming out of. And it's really not a lot. So it sounds very appealing to them though, because they're like, you know, a lot of these girls will just post a video and then we'll get 20 sales off of it. So boom, she just made an extra $100 on top of her commission. It might sound like a lot for me, but it's really not, because think of how much money I just made in my sales. So imagine I had 10 $100 orders, right? I had 10 $100 orders, that's $1,000. I'm going to put the math up here so it kind of makes more sense of how it would break down for me. But to them, of course, it's going to sound pretty appealing and pretty easy, especially if they have a good following. This will also kind of prompt them to post more content and work harder for you, of course, because they want to get those bonuses. So I do that every other month just to like spice things up, keep them motivated, stuff like that, you know, because you don't want to just like send out a package and then just like send them to the wolves. You know, you want to keep these girls motivated. That's how I keep my girls motivated. So I highly suggest doing that. Mix it up, do different things here and there, you know, play with it, give them different offers, make sure it makes sense. Make sure you calculate it on the back end before you just put out offers and stuff that sound great to them. Make sure it makes sense for you financially, of course. One of the most important things you need to do is set up a disclaimer and a policy for your affiliates. You need to make sure that they have some rules and they have some guidelines and they know what's going on. I don't know if you guys saw, but on TikTok not too long ago, there was this girl that was posting how she was so upset that she does like a brand ambassador thing for a hair company. And basically they paid her to make TikTok and Instagram content for them, wearing their wig. And she was upset because they then made that content and ads. Baby girl, that's what they do. That's literally what they do. So I noticed that there was a lot of girls in the comments like, oh my God, they owe you money. They owe you this, they owe you that. Baby, they don't owe you nothing. They don't owe you nothing. Once you agreed to make content for them, they can use your content for whatever they want to use it for, because you already agreed to make the content for them. Now, if you wanted if you wanted like a commission, or you wanted an extra pay or something like that from that, if they were going to use that, if they were going to use your content for ads, then that's something you should have stated in the beginning. But for us as companies, that's what we do, you know? That's the whole point of making you make content, so we make sales off of it. So if you do plan, which you probably will plan, to share the content onto your social medias yourself after they've made it, you need to make sure that when you break down your brand ambassador like sign up, you explain that. Need somebody to set up this service for you. I offer that. I will put the link down below. Make sure you are all covered and you don't have no type of ignorant ass issues with no girls trying to be greedy and stuff like that. You need to make sure that you tell them, hey, once you agree to make content for me, we hold rights to the content. Content may be shared on such and such and such. Stuff like that. Content may be used for ads. Content may be used for this. So that they can't turn around and be like, I mean, and even if they have something to say afterwards, it doesn't matter, because it's not going to fall on you, but it's just like another like, girl, you should have read it. Some of the affiliates get a little bit greedy, and for some reason they think that they're going to get a percent of whatever you make on your ads, like they would even know how much you made anyway off of your ads. I was like, girl, really? I saw that video and I was just like, really, sis? But yeah, so that's important. So you want to make sure that you highlight every single detail in your application process before you just ask a bunch of girls to sign up, because you don't want to have any legal issues down the road. Y'all already know how I am when it comes to legal shit, okay? I cover my ass. The same way I do the policies for my girls with the boutique designer, it's the same way. I'm very serious when it comes to the legal stuff, because I don't want nobody getting sued. I don't want you to have any kind of issues. I need you to collect all your coins that you deserve. That kind of ties into my last thing, which is the don'ts. Don't get too comfortable and just start sending out packages and sending stuff here, sending stuff there, and you're not paying attention to who's actually making you money and who's not. Because if they're not making you money, let them go. It is what it is. Let them go. It's not a big deal. You're not signing a contract that you have to send them stuff every month. You're trying it out. So if they don't work, they don't work. You move on, send it to the next girl. Do not let girls promote their own code on your social medias. That is a big, big no-go. Big no-go. Because that defeats the whole purpose of you being able to track and see what each model is bringing to your business. So if they're commenting and they're using your following that you already worked for and you earned, and they're commenting underneath like, oh, use my code for a discount, then you're not able to actually track and see that this girl is generating her own traffic, her own interest. You see what I'm saying? So don't let people do that. So me personally, when my girls make the content initially, I will share it to my like Instagram story, and I'll put their little custom link that will link the customer to my store, but they will also know it's generated from the girl, because it is. Because in that instance, they clicked on it because they liked the content that I shared of the girl, that the girl made. And in turn, she deserves to get her sale from it, right? What I won't allow is a model to comment under just any picture, anything on my page, and be like, oh, use my code. No, babe. If it's not your content, then it's not from you. And I don't want any kind of mix-ups with that. If anything I said did not make sense, please comment below and I will try to explain it better for you. Sorry if I talk too fast. I tried to make this video as short as I could. Subscribe, follow, like, whatever it is. And I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to hit the notification bell.